Hello Internet. Now it could be said that filming an intro next to the Manchester Ring Road was not my finest hour, but here we are. I am in Stockport. I am where the rivers Goyt and Tame meet to form the River Mersey, right in Stockport town centre in this unassuming location right next to the M60. What I'm going to do, I've got the bike with me, I'm going to go and explore some of the sites along the River Mersey. I might be on the bike, but that does not stop me from having my coffee. Despite being a Starbucks cup, this is Costa in here. Proper coffee. Now here in Stockport town centre, the Mersey actually flows under the Mersey shopping centre on a viaduct that was actually built for a dual carriageway along the length of the River Mersey, and then later converted to be the Mersey shopping centre. A few years ago they actually opened up this little bit here that revealed the old, I think it's Lancashire Bridge. So there's a little bit of the Mersey here seeing daylight. I'm on the other side of the Mersey shopping centre now. That up there is the A6. I believe this is the Wellington Bridge, Wellington Viaduct. The Mersey shows itself again to continue its journey to Liverpool, and you'll just see in the background the famous Stockport Viaduct just appearing there. Behind me is the famous Stockport Viaduct, 11 million bricks. I know this because I read it on Wikipedia, it must be true. If you're watching this, and I'm sure it did turn into a coherent video. Either way, I'm just out having an adventure. It's been a heat wave, so I've been avoiding going outdoors. Now, if you ever want an adventure, and like me, you're a little bit unfit, get yourself an e-bike, because e-bikes are fantastic and they're great for just doing little explores like this. I have no real idea where I'm going other than I'm following the River Mersey and seeing things that I find interesting. This is the famous Stockport Pyramid. Used to be the head office of Co-op, or one of the head offices, but it's been empty for many years now. From what I've heard, it's a bit of a maintenance nightmare and nobody actually wants to take it on. So it's just sat empty now for years. This is almost definitely going to be a multi-part series. There is no way that I'm cycling to Liverpool today. I don't know how far I'm going to get yet. I know that I've only got a 4-hour window to film this in before the storm comes. We've just come off the back of the August heat wave and the thunderstorms are coming and I don't want to be out in that. We're coming up to the M60 again, about to go under it this time. You can hear the noise. Behind me, just on the other bank, the remains of one of the railway bridges in this area. There were 2 lines here, both were dismantled and the bridges demolished in the 70s and 80s. Somewhere around here, if this Stockport Metrolink extension happens, I'll believe it when I see it, the Metrolink's going to have to cross the Mersey somewhere around here. It wouldn't be the Pennine Trail without inaccessible barriers, would it? Well done, Stockport Council. That was sarcasm, by the way. 2 inaccessible barriers in just as many minutes. Stockport Council really are doing their best to make sure disabled people can't use this trail. Along this stretch, you're never too far away from the motorway and you're very aware of its existence. Everybody should do some disco dancing with a giant hat. As ever, I wouldn't be able to make videos like this without support from my lovely Patreons and YouTube supporters. They're scrolling on screen down below right now. Thank you so much for your support. It means a lot to me. If you want to support, links are in the description. Thank you guys. So this is the point where the Pennine Trail leaves the River Mersey. But I'm not going to follow the Pennine Trail because the Pennine Trail is awful. I'm going to carry along the Mersey. Sandwiched between Parswood and Cheadle, we find ourselves about to cross Manchester Road. It's the first road we've properly crossed since leaving Stockport, so it's been a nice traffic-free run here. For those in the know, that's the old A34 from back in the day. Okay, it's not immediately obvious where to go here. Just had to go through a private health club car park to even get here. And now I'm cycling through a really overgrown bit. Dark, scary. That's the A34 above us. This is Didsbury Sluice Gate. River Mersey in these parts are really prone to flooding. I mean, so prone that several years ago Boris Johnson came and made things worse by visiting. When the river levels get too high, they'll open up the sluice gate and flood a nearby golf course, not a bad thing, and Fletcher Moss, just to relieve some of the pressure on the river, and it gets released back when levels lower again. What I have now learned is I'm not invincible. I might be overdoing it a bit. This path along the Mersey is relentlessly bumpy, and now I'm in pain. I forget that I'm still recovering sometimes, because day-to-day life, I don't feel anything anymore. I'm normal. The moment I start pushing myself too much, it rears its ugly head and says, hello, I'm going to cause you pain. I think I need to take a few minutes here and relax for a little bit. I'm on the move again and just taking it easy. This has turned into more of a vlog than I planned. Say hello again to the M60. I hope you love the M60. Oh, by the way, back when I used to do driving videos, I did a lap of it and did a video. It's in the corner. So here at Northernden Weir, we're about to go back under the M60 again, border the M60 now. I'm now on top of the River Mersey, right next to the slip road from the M60 down to Princess Road. So as you drive out of Manchester on Princess Road, Princess Parkway, and head towards the M60, you'll see that there's a secret exit that's buses only. Let's have a look at where that actually goes, because you can cycle it as well. The cycleway joins the road here, but the motorway ends here. Am I technically cycling on a motorway? We firstly pass under the slip road, which is heading off to join the M60. So the bus lane at this point splits off to the right and rejoins the off slip from the M60 to get back onto Princess Parkway. That means that the buses can bypass the junction completely and serve a bus stop on either side without having to cut across slip lanes. It's actually quite a clever design, really. I don't like it under here. I'm going to get back to the River Mersey. This could be a really nice leisure cycle route, but the surface is just so awful. I couldn't recommend that you come and cycle down here because it's just not pleasant in the slightest. I'm doing this so you don't have to. If you do, however, find yourself out this way, this is Chorlton Water Park. It's just next to the River Mersey, near Chorlton, obviously. It's delightful, so peaceful. I don't care that it was raining. There was an opportunity for ice cream. I am taking the opportunity for ice cream. The goose is coming for me, and he's brought back up. I'm not sure I'm ready for this. I think it's time to get back to the River Mersey. Trams are cool. Everybody should get on trams. So this is Jackson's Bridge. Recently caused a stir because the council decided to close it because they deemed it unsafe, but had no plan in place to actually fix it. They had no alternatives in place. It's quite a useful local link, this one. There's not many places to cross the Mersey here, so you can imagine people weren't happy when they closed it. Luckily they've done some interim stuff and reopened it for now. When I was younger, when people said be at one with nature, I always used to think that was a load of old rubbish. As I've gotten a bit older, I've learnt that sometimes when life feels like it's going at 1,000,000 miles an hour and you just feel like you can't get off, just pause. Take a moment, come out to a bit of the countryside near you. I'm not far away from the city centre right now. And just take a moment to be in nature. It doesn't fix all of your problems, but it can give you a lot of perspective. I've needed today a lot more than I thought I did. I'm only half a mile away from where I was going to end the video, but it seems like an appropriate moment to draw things to a close here. As ever, like, comment, subscribe, all the things the kids say. If you do want to support me on Patreon or join the YouTube channel, all the links to do that are in the description. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!